jab, uppercut, leave you laid out on the floor. Try to duck and roll, hit and miss, now you counting stars. Should've practiced more, should've hit the mask, get out there more. Claim that you're the best. You gotta show me, son, actions over words, baby boy, is you real or what? Talking way too much, world come back sports, talking way too much, world come back sports, talking way too much, world come back sports.
Shout out to the hottest chat in the MF and game. A-side official. No negotiation needed, period. You already know where we at with it. Salute to everyone on deck. Man, this is a Cat Williams special. And I've been entertained by hearing everything Cat Williams had to say. I've been simply entertained. Why? Because Cat Williams is one of my favorite comedians. You know what I'm saying? Cat Williams is one of my favorite top 2 comedians. When you go see comedians in person, you can get a good feel for who they are, how they move the room. You know what I'm saying? How they can keep everything at a certain type of energy level. Cat Williams can do that. He can do that. But let's talk about what he did just recently. Club Shay Shay, man. Shout out to Shannon Sharp, man. You know what I'm saying? Hall of Fame himself. He doing big things on the podcasting. I never would have thought Shannon Sharp, of all people, after Skip Bayless, would have had his own podcast, man. But I got to give that man love. I got to show Shannon love, bro. You know what I'm saying? I like what you got going on over there with Club Shay Shay. You know what I'm saying? Especially, you serve him up a shot, before you really get cooking. But you having some solid names on your show. And also, you having dialogue with them straight up and down. You know what I'm saying? I'm actually, support that. I tune in to that. So this is the reason why we're here. I don't know what brought, how many interviews Cat sat back and watched. Who really triggered him to come on Club Shay Shay and say, I got to go in there and set the record and spin it correctly? Because I'm not like when I don't like what I'm hearing. You know what I'm saying? The needle is not doing what it was supposed to do. Because he had Steve Harvey on there, Cedric the Entertainer, Ricky Smiley. Man, he had some names on there. And when you have that conversation about Cat Williams and you say something, he's always been outspoken. But I always seen Cat Williams, employed. You know what I'm saying? He might not have been in all the movies, but I've been to a couple of his specials. You know what I'm saying? His sets. And man, I was laughing. I ain't gonna lie. I was laughing. Cat Williams is absolute fool. I also went to Kevin Hart's. You know what I'm saying? I went to Kevin Hart. I don't know, man. He just didn't, have me in the same type of reaction that I did when Cat was dropping his jokes. But of course people grow, right? And you get to a point where you start getting older, and when people making it in the industry, they really don't bring up messy things. They try to keep it as cool as possible, especially when it comes to my brothers. You know what I'm saying? My brothers and my sisters, really. But when you coming up through the industry, it's just like being in the military. You want to keep it professional as possible. You don't want to step on nobody's toes or nothing like that. But all this is coming out now. And you know, it's lighting up the internet, man. It went viral. You know what I'm saying? Cat Williams out here explaining it as thorough as it can be. So let's get down to it, bro. Let's get down to it. I'm gonna switch back and forth, you know, talking about this. But first of all, let's talk about what's coming to light. I like this. Come to find out, Cat Williams was attending some of these comedians coming up, and they wasn't even big yet. And Cat Williams was attending, showing support without even making his face known. He was in the shadows, man, supporting these brothers in the shadows. And the pimp he is, Cat will have these women, and this has been verified by various comedians. He have these women come up and drop off an envelope and leave. And a lot of times the comedians couldn't even get a good look or have a conversation with the females or nothing. And nothing, you know, it wasn't any word that came out about this type of act. Who was it? You know what I'm saying? It was just mysterious for a while. Come to find out, it was Cat Williams sending females up there, you know, to drop off a little stipend to his fellow compeers. That's some respectable, commendable shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's some respectable stuff right there, Cat. You know what I'm saying? Your act of kindness, supporting the brothers when y'all was on the come up. Everybody wasn't getting paid like people think they were. But Cat was up there dropping these cats, you know, off like 1,000. Who's dropping 1,000? He was doing very well for himself. He's dropping them 1,000. What's his name? Dion Coles. I think that's his name. Dion Cole. You know, he has said that he wasn't even big. His name wasn't even big the way it was now. He wasn't even on those shows. He wasn't even nowhere close to that. He did a set and stepped off stage, you know, and this female came up there and gave him a piece of paper. He thought it was a number or whatever. It was an envelope. He said it was $1,000 in there. And he never knew who gave the envelope. And plenty of other comedians said, you know, that a female walked up to him and gave him an envelope. So I want to first and foremost commend Cat Williams for his act of kindness and showing that brothers can help one another out and not have to be recognized for it. I always think that's the best way to do business, bro. Real talk, I always think that's the best way, because in the end, you're going to be rewarded. You're going to be rewarded. Let's talk about Ice Cube, man. You know what I'm saying? Friday was a hit. You know what I'm saying? Friday was a hit, I ain't gonna lie. I like the episodes of Friday. But Money Mike pretty much stole a lot of the show. You know, in the first Friday was Smokey. You know what I'm saying? Smokey, man. Smokey just was tailor-made for that character and everything about it. But Money Mike, man, nobody else can play that. Ricky Smiley couldn't have played Money Mike like Cat Williams. It's no way. It's no way in heck. But once again, I like how Cat Williams is reserving his boundaries to say, I will not go in there and sacrifice myself to play a role that is going to compromise who I am as a man. Because if you remember that Terry Crews had gotten out of prison, and he was eyeballing Money Mike, you know, for unsavory reasons. And when Money Mike went into the bathroom, Terry Crews followed him in there, and you know what happened from there. It was supposed to, he was giving up the energy like he was gonna, you know, take him, violate him in there, rape him, or whatever the case may be. And then Money Mike grabbed the pliers. So we all know what happened from then. But for Cat Williams to now come out and say that he advocated that there would be no raping in that movie. He was not going to do a scene like that, and he don't advocate for that regardless of who he is or who they are that was producing it. He wouldn't do it. And I can respect that too. You know what I'm saying? I can respect him maintaining his integrity as a man. You know what I'm saying? Standing on 10 toes down before 10 toes down was actually a term. You know what I'm saying? Reserving his character. I can salute you on that, Cat Williams. You know what I'm saying? Um, it was so much being talked about, when it come to um the respect amongst comedians. That's not my line of work. You know what I'm saying? But I see it's pretty tough. You know what I'm saying? It's pretty tough being a comedian, maintain your funny. Like, I'm gonna tell you, one of my numero uno best actors, comedians ever in the game, man. I know a lot of people say David Chappelle, but I'm talking about actor, comedian, all of it. Eddie Murphy, bro. Eddie Murphy. Eddie Murphy, extremely talented, man. You know what I'm saying? But just imagine what Cat Williams is doing, and he's not even on the level of a Eddie Murphy. When I'm talking about comedian, actor, songwriter, whatever the case may be. But he's still out here. He was still out here giving back to the community. He was still out here being funny. You know what I'm saying? He was giving us what we wanted, and that was laughs. I'm telling you, I'll watch a Cat Williams special any time of the day before I watch a Steve Harvey, before I watch a Ricky Smiley, Kevin Hart, Cedric the Entertainer. Before I watch any of them do, I'll watch Cat Williams, period. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people think that Cat Williams coming out right now, that he's going to face repercussions. But let me tell you something straight up. I haven't heard not one person adamantly deny what he was up here saying. I haven't heard anybody just straight up lose their mind and vilify Cat Williams for lying. I haven't heard not one comedian. Ricky Smiley got up there on the phone and he was calling a childhood friend from freaking 30 years ago and shit. They couldn't, trying to ask them, hey, when I did this and when I did, I mean, come on, bro. Come on, man. Like if Cat Williams was really lying, this goes for anybody. If someone was straight up lying on you, your natural reaction is gonna be of, you know what I'm saying, of disgust. No, you ain't lying on my name like that. I'm angry. I'm upset. I don't see these guys doing that. Look at Ice Cube. Ice Cube was the one that was in charge, that was the producer Friday, right? He came on here and Ice Cube up there talking like he has pugilistica, like he been in the ring getting hit in the head in real life or something. Like he was talking like that. Hey, no, it wasn't none of that. You know what I'm saying? It was like, well, and putting rape scenes in there. It's not what I do. That nigga sound like a black Bill Clinton. He talking all slow. I'm saying, dang, do he have what's going on? Why is Cube speaking in the cadence that he's speaking? He's speaking all slow. Like, that's Cube we talking about now. He said, I don't even get down like that. Have a rape scene in there. That's not what I do. It was never no rape scene in there and stuff like that. And I just wanted to come over here and let the people know that, man, he was very careful on how he selected his words. Man, I'm telling you, Cat Williams scorched these gang comedians, set them on fire, bro. These cats, even Ice Cube, did not come out here and vigorously deny and say Cat Williams was lying, bro. No, you're not hearing it. You know what I'm saying? You're not hearing it. Did you hear about Cat Williams paid Melba Moore, star on the Walk of Fame? All this community work, man, this brother was giving back to his own people. You know what I'm saying? It's just amazing, man, to hear that. I know Cat Williams was a good dude behind all the, all the buffoonery that they was talking about, especially when he had that run in with that whatever 7th or 8th grader that looked like he was in the 9th grade or whatever, saying that the man was crazy. You know what I'm saying? I remember when that started going around that Cat Williams was crazy and he was getting out the car with a dog And people have companion dogs. You know what I'm saying? People have companion dogs. But, when Cat was, having his mug shots taken, people took advantage of that and tried to say his career was over. But he's still out here kicking, man. He's still selling out shows. He's still getting paid out here, bro. And he's been on record as saying he ain't never did hard drugs, man. You know what I'm saying? Have y'all seen freaking Cat Williams? Have y'all ever seen Cat Williams in a dress? I had to think about this. I was Googling my ass. I said, have I ever seen Cat Williams in a dress? See, I used to like certain comedians. You know what I'm saying? Like Jamie Foxx. I thought Jamie Foxx, I still believe he's a very outstanding talent when it comes to Hollywood and him being a multifaceted dude. But I also saw how he dressed up Shanae. Not Shanae. What was her name? I forgot her name. It's been so long that he used to play. And I noticed that he played the women role really good. And then I started being educated on black men being put in dresses, right? And there was a lot of them. And I seen Kevin Hart. I remember, like I seen Kevin Hart before he made it big. Kevin Hart came to California at the casino, the Pachanga Casino. And I went up there with my girl and we watched his set. This is with Kevin Hart. No one really knew who he was, period. And I mean, when you talk about a small ass venue, that venue probably wasn't no bigger than someone's living room with I say 2 bedrooms, a living room and 2 bedrooms. It wasn't that much space in there. And I remember seeing him come up, and then he started to grow. And I said, damn, this Soul Plane movie, how did he get that? You know what I'm saying? Like, he's really playing a lot of parts in Soul Plane. And then I remember that he said Kevin Hart is a brand. He said Kevin Hart is a brand. Pretty much to say he cannot be bought. He's not going to be in a dress. And then I guess some people up top said, okay, we'll see about that. And that's when you seen him come out. He was in a dress, a dark purple dress. At that moment for me, I never supported Hart the same. I looked at Real Husbands of Hollywood. It was funny. But I always looked at these dudes. They had some real, you know what I'm saying? It was a lot going on out of that. You know what I'm saying? Just from what I knew about Kevin Hart and what I knew about Dwayne Martin. But the show had some funny to it. But he ended up putting on that dress. And he got mad movie plays. And then all this is coming out. You know what I'm saying? All this stuff is coming out from Cat Williams, which I believe is making very valid points on these comedians, because none of them are proving him absolutely wrong. You know what I'm saying? Immensely. I don't see anyone standing up, picking up their tone, raising their voice on live. I'm talking about angry. How could Cat Williams lie on me like that? I haven't heard none of these cats do that. None of them. I haven't heard none of them cats do that. You know what I'm saying? I know he mentioned about, these comedians. It's been, spoken about in Hollywood, how certain, comedians might have went to the special party. You know what I'm saying? That's been talked about forever and a day. You have to ask yourself, what does it take to really gain superstardom and become a high-paid actor or actress in Hollywood? What do you have to do? Do you have to go to one of those parties? Do you have to attend? Do you have to is it people there in high places that gives the thumb up after everything has been said and done, and you walk out of there and they give the green light and you find yourself getting more movie roles and more movie roles and shit? I just don't see Cat Williams on this thumbnail right here. But I see a whole lot of other people, a lot of other brothers. You know what I'm saying? A lot of brothers. And Senor Hall, definitely supported Senor Hall's show when he had it. I like the brother. But if you look at this thumbnail, you're talking about probably 6, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. You know what I'm saying? You got Martin Lawrence on there. It's just so many people. Even Chris Tucker. Chris Tucker has been involved in some controversial, news that's been out there. But it's not about him. This is about freaking, what does it take? You know what I'm saying? It deals with Cat Williams not selling himself and not compromising, just not selling out as that word. He didn't sell out, bro. Also, I'd like to mention this too, right? That, we're going to get back to the Friday after next though, but something that Cat Williams had mentioned was that, he removed the rape scene. He's responsible for removing the rape scene. And I remember him saying that, and the first person that popped in my head was Ice Cube. I say, shit, why would Ice Cube of all people, who's been a voice behind not putting black men out there, you know what I'm saying? As if we've been sacrificed already. Not putting us out there in a light that make us look like what everybody been talking about in Hollywood. Like we gotta wear a dress. We gotta cross over. In order for us to cross over those lines, we have to do certain things to get there. That's the first thing that popped in my head when he said he advocated for it not to be a rape scene. And then when I seen Cube get on there speaking like he got dementia, I'm like, what's going on with you, Cube? Is this true? Because I'm like, I rock with Cube, bro. I rock with everything he does. But it just seems like he was in there talking all slow like he was trying to goddamn read off a teleprompter or something, man. But this is what he had to say off BET. He said, for Williams, seeing a black man being portrayed as a sexual assault victim for laughs is a no-go. Therefore, he alleges he petitioned to remove the scene from 2002 film that stars Ice Cube, Mike Epps, and the late John Witherspoon. The truth of the matter is, the Money Mike is the original script, got raped in the bathroom, Williams said. After that, he got into a campaign to take the risk in front of the studios and the cast and the powers that be to ask for the scene to be respectfully removed. Give it up for Cat Williams. Give it up for Cat Williams. You know what I'm saying? Stand on something to fall for anything. Give it up for Cat Williams. You know what I'm saying? Love you, brother, for doing that. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of them that's out there is just thinking about, oh man, I can't imagine how much money I can make. It can't be that bad. Nobody will know. It's not like it's gonna be on camera. But as a man, as a person in general, Cat Williams said it doesn't have anything to do with anybody else that may not or may have seen it. Because me, as my own, I look in the mirror and feel good about myself. I'm not worried about anybody else. I'm worried about me, myself, and I. Those three people alone is all I need. Cat Williams be having conversations in the mirror like that. And for him to get up there and say he petitioned to have the scene move, it made me look at Cube different, bro. It made me look at Cube different now. Cube, why would you have a rape scene in there, bro? It goes on to say rape is never funny, no matter who it happens to or what the circumstances are. If you would allow me to allow us to do this movie without a black man getting raped in it, I promise you that would be twice as funny as it would be without him getting raped. He recalled doing the plea of the scene to be taken out. Man, respect the Cat, bro. You know what I'm saying? Respect the Cat. Now, to basically bleed that over into Ricky Smiley. Ricky Smiley, there was a controversy that went on where Ricky Smiley said that he originally went in for Money Mike. And then when I heard him say that, because I watched Club Shay Shay, right? When I heard him say that, I'm saying to myself, Why would you why would you audition for Money Mike? That's not who you are. You know, I mean, I see you doing the slow kid, and I mean, I don't see you really holding down that role like that. That's like Tyler Perry, you know, when he tried to dress up and play a hard movie. Like that's like trying to put Tyler Perry in Training Day, and replace Denzel Washington. No, Denzel Washington was made for that, not Tyler Perry, who's Medea, and he want to come over here and play Training Day. Hell no. But anyway, bleeding over to the Ricky Smiley situation, he said he originally went up there for Money Mike, you know. But when Cat Williams spoke on it, he said that wasn't true. You know what I'm saying? When Ice Cube got on camera, he said Ricky Smiley did go up there and try to audition for Money Mike. And when I first heard it, like I thought, he didn't feel that Ricky Smiley was a fit for the part. You know what I'm saying? So he ended up playing Santa Claus. And that's more Ricky Smiley doing goofy shit like that. That's more him. Money Mike could not be played by anybody else except Cat Williams, man. Come on, man. Nobody else can play that movie but Cat. You know what I'm saying? So Ricky Smiley trying to say that, you know, he originally auditioned for the role of Money Mike. You can audition, but that doesn't mean you're going to get the part. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't mean that you're going to get the confirmation. You know, it's there. You're gonna get the selection, and you can't. I can't see you playing a pimp like that. I couldn't. I couldn't, man. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't. To caveat to that, it says we auditioned in Los Angeles. I was number 2001. He recalled of the casting process for the movie. 200 black comedians auditioned for the role of Money Mike with me. You're saying all 200? And one of us was auditioning, and you had already had the role and had already shot the role in 4 days? On Thursday episode of Ricky Smiley Morning Show, the host set the record straight against Williams' allegations. I went out to audition for Friday After Next as the Money Mike, not the Santa Claus. And that is the honest God truth. Additionally, Smiley appeared on Sharp's podcast last year when he discussed how he got the role in the movie. I had no reason to go on and lie. You know what I'm saying? There was no way in hell I could have executed the role Money Mike like that. And I'm glad that they made the decision. So at least Ricky Smiley is, you know what I'm saying, in my opinion, in the aftermath of it all, he's being truthful that that's just not who he is as a person. Like everything that he's done in front of the lens, it just don't give me Money Mike vibes. It doesn't even give me any of it that he can transfer that over to a character Money Mike. No, people see you playing the old lady on stage. You know what I'm saying? They just see you playing I forgot the character that you play, the slow kid. That's what people see you. They don't see you as that talkative, swaggadocious, street smart, you know what I'm saying, pimp chronicles type person. No, that's Cat Williams all day, every day. That's not you, Ricky Smiley. That's not you. But to hear Ice Cube come on there and he said, yes, that Ricky did come out there and attempt to audition for the role of Money Mike, but we didn't see fit that he was good for the part, so it ended up being Cat Williams. And I was like, what the hell wrong with Cube? And something's going on with Cube, man. You know, Cube haven't really been, you know, I know he came on here and he was talking about the others and he was saying all this and that. I know he's saying they was trying to block him from you know, broadcasting the Big Three. And I like that. I support all that. And he may be right. He may be at a point right now just because he's unwilling to basically enter, you know what I'm saying, that special party. Because you remember he played Triple X now. And I thought Cube from there, I thought he was good. But I guess in order for you to go to the bigger roles where you make the big money, you have to accept the invitation. And from seeing Cube go over there and do what he was doing, hey, he ain't got there. He ain't willing to sell himself out like that. Let's go to the Steve Harvey situation, man. Okay. Cat Williams accused Steve Harvey of pocketing his homeless narrative to become famous. Hold on for a second, y'all. All right. Let's talk about Steve Harvey. And that's coming from the heart, from one black man to another. Steve Harvey has never been funny to me. Yeah. I mean, he's never been funny to me. I ain't gonna lie, man. Like them old country bumpkin, outback southern, cook me some corn on the cob. You know what I'm saying? He was never freaking funny to me. Like, when he used to have that show back in the day, I did look at his hair and I say, man, that's a smooth cut. You know what I'm saying? Before I even knew what a man unit was, I said, that's a smooth cut right there. But his personality on the show, it wasn't nothing funny. It didn't make me laugh, man. Even on Family Feud, his facial expressions is pretty much the only thing that really is funny to me in reaction to certain people. His facial expressions and all that. And when I saw that man, as old as I am, when I saw him with a black mustache and all that, I mean, that looked funny to me too. I say, nah, that just don't look real. You know what I'm saying? That don't look real. Black, your age, you got an all black, it don't look real. So his jokes wasn't funny. His looks, to me, was a bit more funny than his jokes. The reason being is I looked at his show so much. Look, I'm being totally honest. When I saw him the first time without his hair, right, I say, where did all the hair go? That's how stupid I was about man units now. That's how stupid I was about Hollywood. I said, where did his hair go? Did he chemo? How can you have a fro that freaking smooth? Like, Steve Harvey had a smooth ass fro. You know what I'm saying? I said, where did his hair go, man? How can he be this? No, something ain't right. And come to find out, the man had been bald, was missing hair for a long time. You know what I'm saying? And then, his talk show. I just felt like this dude, it would be hard to be a brother, especially me. It would be hard for me to ever be an employee of his. Because I do feel like he's difficult to work with. I do feel like, the way he treated Monique is some Uncle Tom stuff. I mean, I do feel like Steve Harvey is employed in the industry and he has all those jobs, but it's something else that we're missing about him. In my opinion, it's something else we don't know about him because he is working. You know what I'm saying? He is working, but he ain't on the big screen. You know what I'm saying? He's not actively, consistently on the big screen. He can get the jobs. I don't know what that mid-tier echelon is because he's on Family Feud. That's a big deal. Steve Harvey show. You know what I'm saying? He has a Steve Harvey morning show. He had a lot of freaking gigs. He's working. He's absolutely making his money. But as far as a comedian goes, him claiming to be homeless, Cat Williams say this man was out on tour, bro, with Mark Curry, making 3 stacks a show, doing 5 shows a week. 3 times 5 equals 23. No, I'm joking. I'm just trying to, put some humor into this shit because some people on this YTC, they be counting on their fingers, but they forget they on the screen, so they can't do that. 3 times 5 is 15 grand, dog. How can you be homeless? How can you be homeless, man? That's just 1 week out of a month. How can Steve Harvey ever be homeless? So shout out to Cat Williams for putting that out there. Because another thing about Steve Harvey, he always talk about dressing nice. You know what I'm saying? Doing all the finer things in life. And then he just sometimes gets so, he get a bit coonish to me when he talk about black people. And he act like, you know what I'm saying, he want to lecture you about everything. Like you could never just do anything right in his eyes. That's the kind of shit he irks me on. You know what I'm saying? This man was making 60,000. You know what I'm saying? Like if you making that much money a month, you wasn't homeless. And if you was homeless, it had to be something dealing with a crack habit, meth habit, flocka habit, fentanyl habit, some habit. You had to either have some child support that you was going, out there for something for you to be homeless and broke. Somebody else had to be getting your money. They had to be stealing it. You know what I'm saying? You might have had some debt to pay. But no way you can convince people you getting 3 stacks a show and you was doing 5 shows a week. That's 15. You times 15 times 4. 4 weeks in a month. Ain't you sitting at about 60 stacks? What? How can come on, bro? Come on, man. That's crazy. Man, this man been making money for a while. But if you've been making money, just tell people how you worked your way up there to make the money as a comedian. You don't have to sit up here and say you was homeless. You know what I'm saying? That's just like me saying I've been homeless before. And I have. But not in a way that people think. When you say homeless, you're saying it's without a home. You know what I'm saying? I can be petty about being homeless. People get mad and say, there we go, WCS. You wanna ad-lib shit at the wrong time. But if I was saying, okay, 17 when I went into the Marine Corps, I didn't have a home. The first 4 years, you know what I'm saying? I was in the barracks room. I didn't have a home. I was homeless. You know what I'm saying? But that's where you stayed at, though. It ain't the same thing. But no, Steve Harvey making that amount of money, he probably had enough to pay for some shelter somewhere. You know what I'm saying? I'm still some Motel 6s was down there. You know what I'm saying? Red Roof's Inn, Days Inn. I think they was active back then. He could have got him a hotel, extended stay. But when people say they homeless, people think of the streets. They think you out there on the streets. You're in the element. You struggling. And that in itself, that ain't funny. That ain't funny. But Cat Williams brought that up for a reason. You know what I'm saying? He said this man, Steve Harvey, was never homeless. Mark Curry was touring with him 25 years ago. He was making $3,000 a show in cash, doing 5 shows a week. That's good money right there. Good money, y'all. Let me get to the chat, man. Shout out to my brother, Mr. Gumbo. What's good with you, bro? Shout out to the first in the building. The News by Shaw News. Sauce Experience, man. What's good with it, brother? Team Tucker official in the building. Mike, what's good? Carlos on deck. What it do, man? He said, WCS salute, man. That Cat Williams has done 24 million. Jesus. 24 million views in like 3 days. He's definitely put everyone in the hot grease. Dang, I didn't even know that, bro. 24 million. I really don't pay attention to like the views and stuff like that. But thanks for dropping that heat. You know what I'm saying? Cat was also capping a bit about reading 3,000 books and being accepted into college at 7. Well, look at it this way. Somebody was joking about that too, right, Carlos? About, him reading books, 3,000 books. So they're basically multiplying that by the amount of days is in a year. And then you will further break that down by the amount of hours in a day. You know what I'm saying? So we know we have 24 hours in a day. So now you got to go even further and dissect it and say, do we have any type of evidence on how many pages those books were? It doesn't necessarily mean just because you're an adult now, you're reading a book that has 500 to 800 to 1,000 pages in it. We don't know what book he read. You know what I'm saying? We don't know what book. He could be capping, like Carlos said. He could be capping. Or he could be telling the truth. I don't know how you can just say 3,000 though. You know what I'm saying? 3,000. I've read books now. I can't tell you a number. But just to round that shit off 3,000, come on, man. You know, we need some proof of that. You know what I'm saying? Boy, he had old shit taking them shots. Didn't he though, Carlos? Didn't he? He had look, he was shutting Shannon Sharp down. Shannon was trying to come back and Cat said, no. In so many ways, he was like, no, I heard them. I seen them on your show. You didn't correct them. And then Shannon said, how was I supposed to correct them if I didn't know if it was true or false? They telling me what they telling me, and he's right. He's having a dialogue with these cats. He don't know what's right or wrong with this. He's not a comedian. He was a football player, bro. People have to understand that. He was knocking heads. You know what I'm saying? He was knocking heads off back then. You know, it might be a little CTE there, but Cat Williams had him on the carpet, bro. Cat Williams had Shannon Sharp on the carpet. He was getting his off. He say, I got one shot. You know what I'm saying? He got one shot. He better seize the moment. That's what Cat did, bro. Shout out to the real. What's good? Sir Senior on deck. What's good with it, bro? He took me out when he said Ricky Smiley and Tyler Perry play better women than men. Yeah, that was hilarious, man. That's what make him a great comedian. Him and David Chappelle. You know what I'm saying? David Chappelle, they can tell those stories, man, and make all the sense in the world. I can listen to them all the time. I can listen to they specials. You know, David Chappelle has his own rhythm and flow, and then Cat Williams has his own rhythm and flow. Those some top comedians to me, for real. But he's right. You know, and the crazy part about it, man, I went to a Madea show. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, back then they were saying, okay, black people, especially here in the A, right? I went down here in the A, right? They say, black people, you need to support Tyler Perry. He's an up-and-coming producer. He's this, and this. And then, you know, all I seen was, you know, the big woman or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Him playing her. And, you know, over and over and over again. That's what brought him to stardom. No kids at the time. And I'm saying, okay, all this dude plays as a woman. And then come to find out, you know, it's a base that I used to go to down here. You know, that's when Tyler Perry bought half of the military base. They allowed this man, once the Army base shut down, for whatever reason, I don't get it, man. Tyler Perry bought half of the base. And Tyler Perry Studios, man, that's the shit. I ain't gonna lie. He's done a lot for himself, but this ain't about his studio. All I'm saying is, Tyler Perry ain't never gonna convince me that he ain't crossed over. He didn't. He came in here already crossed over. Period. You know what I'm saying? And he is funny in some of his. He is. But all I see him really is Madea. I see him as Madea. I don't see him as Tyler Perry. He tried to do a movie where he was in a black crew net trying to play a hard detective. Nah, come on, stop, bro. You can't play no hard-nosed roles, man. Sir Senior said he don't put rape scenes in his movies, but then us knowing Ice Cube put 2 rape scenes in Player Clubs. Okay, thanks for dropping that. Okay, there you go. Sir Senior was paying attention because listen, when I watched Player Club, Sir Senior, I wasn't looking for that. All I was doing was just hit rewind. Oh shit. Let me hit that rewind again. Oh man, you know, some couple relationships, you know, flushed down the toilet because of that. You know what I'm saying? It was immediate breakup. How long are you gonna rewind that shit, man? Damn, It's just a movie. It ain't just a movie. It ain't just a movie. I don't condone those scenes. It definitely didn't make sense in Friday After Next. Now in Players Court, I can see it being done on that movie as opposed to Friday. Well, it's a lot of things that happen in clubs like that. I grew up off strip clubs down here in the A. And I even found out some of my classmates after I graduated came back. I was already in about 2 years, a year and a half or two, something like that. Yeah, came and seen some of my classmates up in there, bro. Shout out to my guy, Mr. Gumbo, a.k.a. Hot Grease, in the building. What's good with it, Gumbo? Salute to you. I see you on deck, man. W says on what I said, bro. Arnold Brown on deck. What's good? What's good? I see you. Big Blunts of Boxing on deck. What's good? That's where I'm at with it. With the Steve Harvey situation, I never really felt that he was funny. I never went to one of his sets. I just didn't think his personality was anything that I wanted to watch. I'm serious. I just didn't get nothing from him, period. But let me get back to Cat Williams, though, because I believe, Cat Williams was consistent in what he was talking about. Leaving the books alone, 3,000 books. There's people up here joking about that. But see, you're talking about someone saying that they read 3,000 books. But what went viral, and Carlos saying it's at 24 million, is that he was putting a lot of attention. He was placing a lot of attention on these comedians that we all know. We know a lot of them. And I haven't seen, like, Faizon Love came out and say, Cat Williams is calling for help. He's crying for help. I'm like, come on, man. Now we going back to when he was arrested all the time and not charged. Now we going back to when he was coming out, when he was getting out the car with his freaking companion dog. Now we talking about, situations that people were assuming Cat Williams was on drugs and all that other stuff. I mean, what are we doing? Why are we doing a brother like this? But to hear him come in there and speak the way he spoke and be clear, no hesitation on majority of what he was saying about those comedians, I ain't never seen nobody empty the clip like that. I mean, clearly empty the clip on names that we all know right now. Like, we know those names he was talking about. Cedric the Entertainer. I mean, you remember him and Steve Harvey was inseparable. Like when you see Steve, it was Cedric the Entertainer. You know what I'm saying? I never thought Cedric the Entertainer was funny. You know what I'm saying? Two comedians that hung together, I never thought was funny. Was Steve Harvey and Cedric the Entertainer. I never thought they was funny at all. I just never did. I say, ugh, this is not funny to me, bro. Real talk. It's nothing funny about these guys. But what I will say about Cat Williams, I'm glad that he didn't believe that somebody else can dictate where he was going in life by saying, I can get you there, but you need to let me drive. Just let me drive you there. You know what I'm saying? You follow me, I'll get you to where you need to be. That would have meant Cat Williams would have had to, compromise who he is as a man to get there. That means putting on a dress, with that perm or whatever. He say he don't perm his hair. I don't know how you get your shit that straight without a perm. But, him going in there and switching over just to get more movie roles, man. I'm glad he didn't sacrifice himself. But I ain't gonna lie, I do miss Friday. I do miss him in those roles because he was funny as hell. You know what I'm saying? Just to hear him say pimp down, you know what I'm saying? Just the way he was up there acting with that female, it was hilarious. But to the people that he put on notice, bro, I mean, that's a dirty game up there. I ain't gonna lie, that's a dirty game. And a lot of people probably look at Cat Williams as a pariah. You know what I'm saying? They look at him as an outsider. Cat Williams said they can talk behind my back. When I come in the room, they see me face to face. That chin is tucked. They're looking down. He said, "You acknowledge when the king is in the building." And I don't know if that's all the way true or not, because we just don't see that elsewhere. We don't see that in the fight game. Or maybe so. I mean, I haven't seen it myself, but I'm pretty sure, like, in that environment, him saying when he enters the room, people bow their head, like, they won't really make eye contact with him. I don't think people are just like so apprehensive like that. They fearful of him. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that. And now if you're talking about your hierarchy, you know what I'm saying, your place at the top of the throne, I can see what some people will be showing you extra courtesy, giving you extra courtesy and displaying etiquette. You know what I'm saying? I can see where that's at. But I do like that he put these guys on notice, because it's been a lot going on from 2023 to 24. Oh my God, it's a lot going on with people just being highlighted and exposed, man, for the wrong reasons. Like, it's nobody being exposed for the right reason except Cat. Shit, Cat came out here and now he's being exposed for giving money and supporting black comics and being in the building and not making himself known, just sitting in there chilling. You know what I'm saying? Sitting in there chilling. He's the one that openly challenged Kevin Hart. He said, "I'm coming to your hometown." He pretty much said, "We can do whatever you want. Play basketball. Put on boxing gloves." He said, or we can do a set. And look, nobody can fuck with Cat Williams on a set. Kevin Hart, he can't fuck with Cat Williams on a set. If they was to do a set on the same night, no, he can't do that. Who's going first? Who's opening and who's closing? That's all that needs to be said. Who's opening, who closing? Because Cat Williams can come behind Kevin Hart, but I don't know if Kevin Hart can come behind Cat Williams after he leave that stage. I don't think so, bro. Because Kevin Hart does a lot of the same thing. He has this sound to his voice, like, he tells this story about his kids or something or whatever. That shit was funny when he was climbing the ladder, but it ain't funny like that no more. Cat Williams just tell you stories upon stories upon stories. He don't have the character that you have to wait on, that you already can predict what that character is going to do. Kevin, I don't think you should be doing that. And, that's his character. He uses himself, he uses his kids and all that. But anyway, man, this is incredible, man. You know what I'm saying? This went viral. And don't be surprised if you don't see Cat Williams on somebody else's show talking about this, because there's no way this can get 24 million views and people are not interested in bringing him on the show, because you got to think about it. This man talked the entire time, damn near. And Shannon attempted to say, maybe I shouldn't have put this drink on the table for you. No, that's who he is. He gave you the energy that he felt that you didn't give to them. And unknowingly to Shannon Sharp, he wasn't, his familiarization with the entire history of comedians isn't there yet. Cat Williams educated the hell up out of Shannon Sharp that day. This man is playing football. It's no way, and that's the knock. That's a knock on Cat Williams. How can you expect Shannon Sharp to question and to second guess something that he has no idea about? That's not his history. You know what I'm saying? You can't expect him to check them on the spot like he's aware of that. You can't do that, bro. That's almost like you want him to be, you want him to have ESP. It's no way, bro. It's no way in hell. Shout out to Martin King Boxing in the building. What's good with it, bro? They said Steve got turned into the host of the Kings of Comedy Tour because he was so bad. Yeah, they also said that, that when Steve Harvey was actually, putting those Kings of Comedy, he wanted to close, and he couldn't. You know what I'm saying? And Cat Williams said he was supposed to be a part of the Kings of Comedy, but he said, "Who's the king other than me?" Shit, you can't have me in a slot unless I'm closing, because nobody in there can go after me. First of all, that isn't possible. So you make a good point, man. Like, man, Steve Harvey, man, they were saying that about Mike Epps. Mike Epps is not that funny to me, but Mike Epps, you know, he came on here talking about little simple jabs. He talking about Cat Williams had on a fake, you know what I'm saying, piece of attire. I said, what does that have to do with all the accusations that he fired off? Dude came in there blazing. He had one in both hands. You know what I'm saying? Switch on it, fully auto. He was blazing the entire room, and Mike Epps coming here talking about he had on something fake. you see, I can go back. Look, I can go back and say that was a fail on Mike Epps, because obviously Cat Williams be wearing high-end designer clothing, because I don't know if y'all remember that radio show down here where Rhonda Sykes was on there or something, and her and Cat Williams was going back and forth, and he roasted her so bad. You know what I'm saying? She ended up getting released from the show, and she too tried to say that Cat Williams had on something that was fake, or he had on some cheap clothing. And Cat Williams told her, he said, I apologize to Versace. She know not what she talking about. This is their summer line, which haven't came out yet. I do apologize for Versace. She don't know any better, you know. And he went and did the exact same thing, you know. But hey, they have a video out of Cat running now. He looked pretty fast. Yeah, he said he ran a 4. He ran like a 4.4 or something like that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, the only problem that I have with that is, if you have the camera rolling, keep the camera rolling and keep the time going and stop it without taking it off the camera. That's why, you know, if we want to talk about the person that said he was capping about 3,000 books, I think he capping a little bit, because all that splitting and doing transitions, obviously the scene was split. They did the transition and they spent that shit around. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, why didn't you keep the camera rolling? I mean, why didn't you keep it, you know, the timer up there when he crossed the finish line and say, okay, that's the time right there? No, that shit went off camera and they say, good, look. You know what they doing? They taking the momentum that Cat has right now, and now they trying to say the man runs a 4.4, whatever it was, bro. That's all I'm saying. They transition. They cut the clip. You know what I'm saying? Whoever edited that shit, they put the transition in there and brought it back up. So look at this right here. Stop it, man. Come on, man. He looked fast, but I don't think he ran that time. They said that interview is now at 31 million. Wow. Damn, we do have that many people on Earth, huh? Wow, 31 million. They always talk about the population and how large it is. But, you know, when it comes to the YTC, these cats be on here yelling and screaming, I got 200. I got 300 people. Shit. You're talking about one video, 31 million views. And you got dudes out here, damn near going in cardiac arrest. You got 31 million views, dog. 31 million views, man. And some of these cats been doing it longer than goddamn Shannon Sharp. It's hilarious, man. Thanks for the gym, bro. Dave Chappelle wore a dress in Howard Stern, and then Robin Hood, man, in tights. Look, if David Chappelle wore a dress, he also left Hollywood without taking $50 million because they wanted him to do something crazy too. So him dressing up in costume, I don't think he wore the dress so he could cross over. I don't know. I can't dispute what what you saying. Real talk. I'm just gonna say that when he left, and they say he was crazy, just like they were saying Cat Williams was crazy, just like they saying Martin was crazy. It all had something to do with the invitation. You know, David Chappelle left for a while and went over to Africa, man. He ran a 4.47. I'm 30. I'm a 30-yard dash on the court, 52 years old, and that little is fast. Yeah, I mean, he wasn't fast enough to run away from that seventh grader though. That seventh grader is about to put him in a rear naked choke, quick, quick. Who had been teaching that dude freaking how to grapple? That wasn't no average wrestling right there. Real talk, that wasn't average. That wasn't average. For that kid to go for a rear choke like that, that wasn't average. I'm just saying, the cat found that out. And he handled it like a G, though. He handled it like a G, man. Only comedian that can come behind Cat on stage, Chappelle. Yeah, for real. Only because Cat gave him his props and said he was funnier than him. Yeah, man, David Chappelle is funny, man. You know what I'm saying? David Chappelle is funny. Real talk. And I think David Chappelle is funnier than Eddie Murphy. But when it comes to talent, when you're talking about on-screen talent, I mean, a polymath in that, man, please. Eddie Murphy is one of the best ever. One of the best ever. But I agree with what you said. You know what I'm saying? David Chappelle is that guy. He is that OG, man. I got you, champ. I want to give a big shout out to Mr. Gumbo, man, aka Hot Grease, for the $20 super chat, man. I'm gonna call them super chats because it take that type of person to donate. You know what I'm saying, to the Cash App consistently. I appreciate y'all. You know, shout out to you. One love to you, Gumbo. You already know what it is, man. Respect, bro. Thanks for the $20 super chat on deck in the Cash App, man. Shout out to Martin King Boxing with the $5 super chat on deck in the building. I appreciate you for your support there, Martin King. Real talk. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad this topic has Martin King just a little bit more calmer than that other topic. That other topic, I say, shit. I'm going to get out the first week of 2024. I'm going to leave Wilder. I'm going to let that topic lie for a little bit. I'm going to let it rest. I'm talking about Cat Williams today, goddammit. I'm talking about Cat Williams. I'm speaking about the transition, you know what I'm saying, from the first week into the second so people can get fully acclimated to the year. You know what I'm saying? People was all hyped up, still, you know, on tilt from New Year's transition to 2024. They were still turned up a little bit, man. Seriously. But shout out to them brothers, man. Yeah, you know, Cat Williams, you know, pretty much, because Kevin Hart, Kevin Hart is at a point right now where Cat Williams is calling him, has said that he was one of those guys that was getting all these gigs, but then put in the work to get the gigs. You know, that's what he's pretty much saying, that he was a plant. He was saying that Kevin Hart was a plant in the industry. And like I said before, Kevin Hart did get a lot of roles, man. I just knew he was all the way on the dark side when he did that movie with Dwayne Johnson, who they're pretty good friends. And I'm saying to myself, I can be friends with anybody on here. I mean, really solid friends, you know what I'm saying? But never will I do a movie where I'm going to kiss one of them in the mouth. It's not happening. It's not happening, man. And I guess Hollywood, it's a different temperature gauge. It's a different thermometer, bro. Because they try to make it seem like he was switching roles and all. No, bro, that's your homie. Y'all just want to go up here and say, "Oh, we're actors now. We got to be able to cross over and show the people that we can act." That means kissing each other in the mouth, and still going on about the movie. And who was acting like they was a female? You know what I'm saying? Who was acting? I mean, they had to be a role where a man was acting like they was a female, and but yet it was two men that's actually kissing when they actually showed the scene. No, no, bro, no. Anyway, I'm glad Cat spoke up about it. Real talk. I believe in majority of what he was saying, that he was telling the truth. Real talk. I do believe that. And it's good that he put those guys out there. You know what I'm saying? Like Gumbo just said, we're waiting for somebody to tell Cat that he's lying. Right now, he's out here running a 4-4. He's running through people's thoughts right now. It's people right now they're still upset about what Cat, and they're trying to see how do we approach that. Because if they come the wrong angle, man, they may get the referee's serenade. They may get the goddamn Tony Week special. You know what I'm saying? They have to be clear about what their action is going to be, or else they might get the Tony Week special. It might be an early stoppage, man, before they even get started. Because Cat, he can bring that fire. You know what I'm saying? Ricky Smiley don't want that smoke. Ricky Smiley don't want that smoke. Cedric Entertainer, I can go through the list. They don't want that smoke. Mike Epps don't want that smoke. He ain't funny enough to want the smoke. He's not. And then I like, in the zip it up with this, man. I like how he looked out for Bernie Mac. Because I always felt like they didn't give Bernie Mac his credit, man. I remember seeing Bernie Mac on the Apollo, I believe. I said, that dude funny, man. I said, Bernie Mac is funny. But it seemed like they never really gave him his respect as a comedian. And he had some funny jokes, man. You know what I'm saying? He used to engage in the crowd, talk to the women, this, that, and the other. So, it was cool that Bernie Mac was getting exposure. But when it came outside of his sitcom that he played, you really didn't see Bernie Mac in a whole lot of movies. And still to this day, I can't believe he's gone. He was sick and he ended up dying that quick. And respect to Bernie Mac, I got to salute the brother too, posthumously, that they showed that clip of his sitcom when they was trying to take a picture. And the younger son that played in the family role, they kept trying to put him and tell him sit on the lap of Bernie. Sit on the lap. He said, no. And then they switched sides. And then the lady came over there, sit on his lap. Sit on his lap. And Bernie said, nope. You can lean on me and sit on my side. Nope, you ain't sitting on my lap. Bernie stood his ground, bro. That's real shit. He wasn't trying to sit up here and what's the word they use? What's the word they use? What I'm trying to say. But he wasn't trying to put that kid in a predicament like that at that young age. That kid ended up never doing too much after that anyway. But the point is, Bernie stood for something. Bernie Mac stood for something. He didn't want that kid sitting in his lap like that. No, bro. No. Bernie said no twice. I respect that. Cat Williams took up for Bernie. He said Steve Harvey didn't show him respect because he thought, he wasn't funny and he was ugly or something like that. And the crazy part about that, I can kind of see Steve Harvey acting like that about Bernie. Because Bernie Mac was funnier than Steve Harvey. Real talk. And then to try to say, okay, this is the person that supposedly, and I was hoping he'd go in a little bit harder on Steve Harvey, but I'm pretty sure somebody's going to have him on the show to talk about it. This is the dude that's trying to explain to these young black kids how to be something special in life, how to go about what goals and how you should conduct yourself. Pretty much, what they say about black people, using those slang terms, Uncle Toms, Coons, and Sambos and all that. That's what I got from Steve, the way he used to talk to these young black men and these women. And he used to tell them what they should do in their relationship. I'm saying to myself, hold up, dog. How can you have the audacity to counsel and speak to someone on a relationship on who you married to? Now, for a man, I understand we can get with a hoe. Men do it all the time. We can get with a hoe. We do it all the time, man. You see us wifing them for whatever reason. It don't matter if they had 1,000 body counts. It's going to be a man out there to say, okay. Because when we get with a woman, we really don't know her body count. She'll never let that be known. But for a man, it's pretty damn easy if you got a lot of kids out there. You know what I'm saying? You can have 5 other kids out there. And the number 5 seemed extremely low to a lot of us, right? Right? When they're talking about 5 freaking kids. But to a woman, she has to be a different type woman to take on all that responsibility and deal with the baby moms. But we never know on the other side what a female's body count is unless she has kids. The woman can have 3 kids by 3 different baby moms, and we got 5 kids out there. The man is going to come at her extra hard because you went up here and slept with 3 men without protection and got pregnant. You a hoe. He can't counsel nobody on marriage, and he's married to who he's married to, and her daughter's out here doing the same thing the mom did. Man, get out of here. Look, I remember him coming out there to one of his sports cars, and she had a Doberman Pinscher in the front seat. The dog was walking around on the front seat of a high-end sports car. And Steve come out there, why you got the dog on the front seat? And she was like, it's okay. It's not going to mess up in. I would have goddamn pulled my shit out, goddamn cocked at my age. We about to lose another pet. You better open that door and get that dog off them expensive ass seats. Just because I got the money to fix it don't mean I ain't trying to use it to fix it. Why would you have a goddamn big ass dog just walking around on the front seat? Hey, you get what you want now. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no way Steve Harvey can sit up here and counsel nobody. Cat Williams continued to basically put Steve Harvey on notice. You know what I'm saying? Because I watched him so many times talk to black people like he was a slave master or something. You know, for him to say a black man should dress like this, black man should. Okay, what if I've dressed certain ways. That don't mean anything. You can dress a certain way. You can look distinguished. And you can be following all the rules. But when it comes time, when you get frustrated and you have to address Steve Harvey, that's when I feel that he will let you know, I don't need you. Yeah. I don't need you. I try to tell you what to do, but you don't want to listen. You know, like he was talking to Monique. Get out of here, bro. Get out of here with that shit, bro. Debbie says, how about Steve Harvey tried to get his job, Ocean, straight cutthroat. Oh, Ocean 11. Cube sounded like he was in the ring with Bud the 29th. Yeah, you ain't lying, right? You ain't lying. You're not lying. Goddamn Ice Cube act like he been a sparring partner for the last year. No headgear, goddammit. You know what I'm saying? 4-ounce gloves. Ice Cube act like he been sparring and shit. Hey, y'all need me over there? I'm coming over there. Okay. Headgear? No headgear. No headgear, Cube. And we're going to go with 4-ounce gloves today. MMA. Okay, cool. We got a cut man there? Yeah, we do. Bernie Mac daughter confirmed that Cat was telling the truth about the late, great Bernie Mac. Rest in peace, 15 years. God damn, Bernie been gone 15? Shit, I'm old and a mug. 15 years Bernie been gone. God. And you know what? When I heard Bernie Mac died, man, I was saying, how can that be? Bernie wasn't that old. How can this man be how can he pass away? I didn't get it. Oh, he was sick. Was he really sick? I don't know. The only thing that I'm torn about is that what did he have exactly? Because My sister was like 31 years old, my older sister, when she passed. And she had, um, what, she had some reaction or something. She was a nurse, RN, and she moved the male patient, hurt herself, and she had some reaction to some medication or whatever after a while. But she died young too. But I'm just like, for Bernie Mac, it just came out of nowhere. Like, what was going on? What was you sick from? You be seeing people put their children on Santa Claus lap. And I can tell you this, they're gumbo. First of all, I had down south southern parents that didn't believe in Santa Claus. Didn't believe in Santa Claus. You know what I'm saying? And look, this is the wild part about it, gumbo. I remember being in elementary, and the teacher was telling about Santa. I said, what I do know is that Santa Claus don't exist. And it was a white teacher. She was like, no, that's not true. Santa Claus is bringing you presents, and he's coming down the chimney. I said, we don't even have a chimney on our house. We don't have a fireplace. We stay in a home, but we don't have no fireplace, and them presents are under the tree. So where's Santa putting it? Where's he coming in? I know he ain't coming in through the front door. Not down here in the South. Not in our neighborhood back in the day. Hey, Santa tried to come up in a black neighborhood like that in the A. Look, East Lake Meadows was still up and running too. One of the worst ghettos ever. Man, come on now. What's Santa gonna do? Knock on the door? Shit. Man, that shit funny as hell, dog. They didn't have these black kids sitting on Santa's lap. We stood up beside him. My parents didn't even let us go over there and take no pictures with Santa. I haven't seen not one picture of all the pictures Mom took, because she took a lot of pictures. I don't see one picture with us with Santa. Because I remember them telling me, nope. Dad used to be adamant. No, you ain't going to sitting on that white man lap. That ain't right. I had an uncle that was on the other side. And Dad said, I got to go over your uncle's house right quick. You know what I'm saying? So I sometimes I rode with him over there. And I remember he'd go in there and he'd say, hey, how you doing? He wouldn't even let Uncle shake my hand because he was gay, right? That's the old head. He wouldn't even let him shake my hand. And he made sure that I was with him. Like, he'd go in there and try to fix. He'd go in there and try to fix something. He always tell me, sit down right there so I can see you. He wasn't talking about going in the living room, watching TV, none of that. Because Dad would have strangled that man. He said, no. I remember him telling, I said, dang, why I can't shake Uncle? He said, come on, man. Why you being like, no, it ain't no come on, nothing. No. Show me what got to be fixed. Come on, Scotty. Come on. He didn't play that shit, boy. Pops didn't play that. Santa Claus crap went out the window once I realized anybody can be him. You ain't lying, right, Mother King? Now, anybody who looked the part, you know what I'm saying? Because I know a lot of houses where I grew up, they didn't have chimneys, bro. We didn't have no chimneys. We didn't have no fireplaces. You know what I'm saying? We didn't have no chimney, bro. What are you talking about? All these Santa Claus, dropping presents doing. Well, how is he going to get down the chimney, during the winter time where most people have the logs in there? They have logs in there, bro. They're heating up the room. How did Santa, who was supposed to be obese, he was overweight, how did he even get around? You know what I'm saying? How did he have the cardio to climb up on the roof? I mean, not climb up on the roof, climb up on the chimney and squeeze his fat ass down the chimney with presents without getting burned the fuck up. Look, Santa Claus may have started out white, but it ended up being a black man at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? Real talk. And Santa used to be white, and then he was goddamn getting burnt up from them logs that was heating up the room. He came down there and they saw that black man trying to come down through that chimney. People start down firing off on his ass. We had another Santa Claus that perished today. This has become an epidemic. So far this year, just in the month of December, we have lost a total of 12 Santas. No one really knows. When the forensics and the coroners wiped all the smut, they couldn't really figure out why the family fired upon this Santa. If anyone have any idea as to why these Santas are being killed when they're just doing a good deed, please let us know at 1-800-555-4444. We need information. Add another 3 onto that. That's an extension. We need to know why these Santa Claus getting killed. And then me, I call in. Hey, I just want to remain anonymous. But I heard you say when the coroners wiped the smut off his face, right? Yes, it was so much smut from him going down those chimneys. I said, well, that might be it right now. Okay, so let's look at the demographics. What was the demographics? What was the population, white and black, in that neighborhood at the time? Well, I'll be honest with you. We're talking about Georgia, right? Yes, just down here in Georgia. The population is more so white residents. Okay. You was wiping smut off his face, and he was trying to go down a white family's chimney, right? But yet, when he came down the chimney, the chimney was still smoldering, right, from the wood, from them heating up the roof. So the smut on his face may have caused him to be misidentified as a black man trying to break into the home, and people said, okay, we got a gun law down here that we're able to carry. And they went in there and got them shotguns. They say, Santa, hold it right there, goddammit. I'm about to goddamn break some motherfucking rounds off of you. You want to get used to goddamn having a slug in your chest. You make another move, Santa. Santa was trying to tell him, hey, ho, ho, ho. I told you to shut the F up. Boom, boom. They lit Santa up. Santa had them presents in his hand. He said, look, boom, boom. Cock that money. Boom. Shot Santa up in the chimney, man. Hey, it's this black guy was trying to break in our house and harm my family. No, he wasn't, sir. That's Santa Claus. We ain't never seen no black Santas around here. Shout out to Dan on deck. We ain't never seen no black Santas. Don't try to run that game on me. Go up there and have a neighborhood meeting. Anybody seen a black Santa? No, when Santa came down my chimney, he was white. Okay? But I did see a black Santa, and I said, okay, they may be short-staffed on the white Santas, and they did affirmative action, because affirmative action was active back then. They brought in black Santa to carry out the role. I did see a black Santa in my living room. Okay, that's one. I did too. Oh, that's two? Damn. Johnny, don't tell us that you the one that shot. He was black when he came down my chimney. You know I don't play that. Goddamn Johnny. Johnny goddamn let that pump shotgun go, man. He said, I grew up in one of the worst neighborhoods in Lafayette. The cops are scared to come there by themselves, and Santa can whatever. Man, I just didn't understand how a fat dude like that can get down the chimney. Once I realized what a chimney was, because I didn't grow up with a chimney. We didn't have a fireplace. You know what I'm saying? Nor did I go over people's house that had a fireplace. So when they had all this damn Santa shit, no. But shout out to Cat Williams, man. I grew up in the projects. So where is he going to come from? I don't know, bro. Where's Santa come from, man? They said the North Pole, right? I don't know how you can... Look, Gumbo. Let me take Cat Williams. Shout out to the king, man, the OG Cat Williams. I'm not doing you a service by talking about this with your thumbnail up there. But check this out. How are you going to have some reindeer out in that type of weather with no freaking top? We're talking about straight up convertible. What 2 Chainz say? Pull up to the club with my ceiling missing. You pulling up to the club with your ceiling missing, riding from the North Pole all the way to all these places. Come on, man. And you're not getting sick? You're not getting sick? You didn't get a cold, pneumonia, bronchitis? And what did those reindeer eat? You had all these presents on the sleigh. You know what I'm saying? What did these reindeer eat? What did you stop and go without anybody noticing you to get them food? See, that shit was a farce and fiction so many ways. Real talk, man. There's people out there still telling their kids, Santa's gonna come in here. He don't really come down the chimney no more. We just leave the sliding door open. Johnny be like, okay, leave that sliding door. I'll tell you what we used to do. My grandfather, he talked about goddamn the way he put some hot shit in Santa. Let the Santa come in through that slide door if he want to. I don't care if Rudolph knows out there blinking or not. Goddamn, I'm firing off. I'm squeezing. Ryan pulled out. Ryan didn't pull out. Ryan was advised. I still remember the time me and my cousin beat up on the garage door mechanic. My cousin was wild boy, pissed him off. Hey, man, there's a lot of situations that went on back then, man, that people, I can joke about it right now, but listen, bro, my neighborhood was majority, damn near all black. It was one white lady that lived around the corner. Everybody looked out for her. She was an older lady. Everybody looked out for her and all that, man. You know, I mean, it used to be a white neighborhood. Somehow there was a transition where the blacks started moving in and the white residents moved to other places, right? And the wild part about it is that now that has changed back the way it was. Now there's more white people integrating back into the area. The cost of living is increased. Times has changed, man. East Lake Meadows is gone. It's wild, bro. It's wild. I'm not sure, but I think AJ by decision. I will not do Cat Williams a disservice by talking about AJ. I will have to leave that to another live stream because I don't want people losing their mind when I tell you what I told you the other night. You know what I'm saying, Dan? Cat Williams being the Grinch right now on these comedians. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's what he should be, man. That's what he should be. He should, you know, Cat Williams is a Zorro of comedy, bro. Bro, he come in, he dip in, dip out. You know what I'm saying? But, man, y'all hold it down, man. Yeah. Y'all keep on with those Anthony Joshua and Gano thoughts. You know what I'm saying? It's not going to turn out the way you think. And, yeah, we definitely going to talk about it. But we got some boxing coming up. Definitely that's going to be with my next live. I just had to come in here and talk about some current events. I like what Cat Williams is doing. I like what he put out there, just like Gumbo said. You know, they need to prove the man wrong. I haven't heard nobody prove him wrong yet. Prove that he's lying. If you don't prove that Cat Williams lying, then that's an admission in itself. You know what I'm saying? You up here, you can't sit up, you can't do a live. Everybody has a camera and everybody has a mic. And you can do just like everybody else did. Get on there and prove them wrong. No, they want to come in there and insult him. They want to come in here and say something else. It must be true then. It must be true. I'm pretty sure Steve Harvey's going to talk about it on his show and give a long, drawn out, sermon about it. But ain't nobody going to believe that, man. Nobody's going to believe it. But continue to hold it down, man. Gumbo, a.k.a. Hot Grease, man. Martin King Boxing. Thanks for the donation, brothers. Appreciate y'all. Till next time, man. Y'all hold it. Shout out to the hottest chat in the MF game. A-Side Official. I'm out.
Left jab, uppercut, leave you laid out on the floor. Try to duck and roll, hit and miss, now you counting stars. Should've practiced more, should've hit the mask, get out there more. Claim that you're the best. You gotta show me, son. Actions over words, baby boy. Is you real or what? Talking way too much, world come. Back sports, talking way too much, world come. Back sports, talking way too much, world come. Back sports.